here. Now the U.S. is headed in the wrong direction. 74% say the economy is getting worse. Look at this. U.S. outlook, wrong direction, 70%. U.S. view of the economy, expectations low. 74% think it's going to get worse. Presidential job approval, the lowest in 5 months, 43%. And you can see disapprove, 56%. Brian, and by the way, Gallup has them at 40.
I read somewhere, some guy called it a crisis of confidence. And I think that's the reality for a great many people. Folks have a real concern about the direction of the country and have every reason to be concerned with the leadership they're seeing coming out of Washington these days. We'll say this, Sean, I don't think it's too late to hope that more folks get involved and make sure their voice is heard, because we're resilient people here in America, and I believe prosperity is possible with the right leadership, the right policies, and the type of vision that inspires confidence in America.
You know, you're spurring a thought here at me. We're watching the rioting, you know, all over Europe, in other parts of the world, protesting. Isn't it interesting that the peaceful protesting that has gone on in America has come from people that want less government, less spending, and they're excoriated by government, called terrorists and racist, for saying these are our first principles.
Well, one of the problems, and we're seeing it elevated in England, we're seeing it here in rhetoric, is to call people who you would disagree with terrorists, to call them people who are waging jihad, to put their names up on the internet and say that they are heads of news organizations and conservative organizations, and that somehow something that they are doing is worse than terrorism, that they want to do violence to this country. That creates a climate of fear. And so what we need is what has been said before. We need a climate of confidence in this country. And frankly, I was praying for the president the other day as I waited 50 minutes for him to come out. I said, I hope he says something that buoys these markets. I hope he says something that inspires us here in America to go forward in a positive way.
I assume you're disappointed.
Yeah, I was really terribly disappointed. I was really sad. It really depressed the heck out of me. And it depressed the heck out of a lot of Americans. So these numbers are disturbing numbers. Hey, this is our future.
This is billions of dollars of wealth, you know, evaporate.
It's not about the president. It's about us.
Oh, service. It's a public servant. Yeah.
Sean, I agree that people are afraid, and people know that we are a hurting country. And I joined with about 40,000 other people last Saturday in a prayer rally called The Response in Houston,
This is
Texas.
the one that was criticized.
It was roundly criticized, but it was Governor Perry sponsored it with Concerned Women for America and other American Family Association, other organizations. That, you know, most Americans understand that there's power on our knees. And we are on our knees as a nation, and we have got to continue that, and we believe there are better times ahead, but we've got to push.
Well, I think so, and this brings us to Wisconsin, where $31 million, a lot of union money spent to get rid of the Republican senators that supported Scott Walker's reforms. They didn't win.
You know, Sean,
$31 million.
What's interesting is in 2008, President Obama won Wisconsin by 13.9%. I think the most recent elections, with the GOP holding on to those state Senate seats, says a lot about the current state of the country and Wisconsin. And if you think about it right now, I believe people are sending a very clear message. They want their government to learn to put spending under control.
It's really simple.
And when you talk about the tipping point, and we talk about the importance of religion and prayer, there is a great awakening in this country. There's an awakening as to the decisions that we've made and the decisions we need to be making, not only in a spiritual sense, but in a political sense, in a civic sense. And this great awakening is happening really every day.
Real quick, can Obama recover?
No, but we need America to recover.
I don't think so. I think he's done.
To be determined. Too early to tell.
Done.
Too early to tell.
Yeah.
Any one person you want to win?
I'm still looking.
We're keeping an open mind.
I want someone who's going to lead effectively in this country, and there's a lot of other people.